Thank you to all my channel members, including my fan appreciation level members and my contributor level members, for helping support the YouTube channel. Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jonathan Cohn, and today I have my book review of the book Freelancers of Neptune by Jacob Holo. This is the first book in his proposed Soul Blazers series, although this book very much can read as a standalone. I actually met Jacob Holo at LibertyCon last year, and I had an ARC at the time of the book. I did not have the hardcover yet, so he signed the ARC, but I read the book when it came out in hardcover now. It came out in October, and I read it here in January. And I had heard Jacob pitch the book as Firefly meets Ringworld. And I was very interested to see whether it would kind of live up to that type of a pitch. And you know what? I think it does. Knowing what I know about Ringworld and Firefly, I think it very much does. I would personally say that this book has the tone and feel and adventurism that you would get in, say, the old Han Solo trilogy from A.C. Crispin, or from, say, the movie Solo. This has that type of a vibe. So if you like those types of stories, you should probably enjoy this one. The basic premise of this book is you have this guy, Nathan Cade, and he is the owner of a ship called Neptune's Bell, and he uses that ship for transport usually, but he is basically contracted with these two people to go search for this lost artifact. And so he ends up putting together a team of 5 people. He has himself, he has his ship companion, who is like his kind of like number 2 on the ship, named Aiko, which is she is this being that can transfer into multiple bodies at once. It's very, very interesting. And then he also has the 2 people that hired him, a guy named Joshua and a girl named Vasani, and the girl is the cat girl on here. And then there's this religious monk, basically, that joins them. So it's 5 people, get on the ship, form a crew to go look for this artifact. And as you would expect, hijinks ensue. And what I loved about this book was the world building and the characters. I'm not a big world building person usually, but I enjoyed learning about the different types of alien type species. It's set, far in the future, so I don't think that these aliens are just humans that have evolved. Maybe they are. Maybe I'd read it wrong. Maybe they are. But we have different aliens and stuff, and humanity has really expanded into the solar system, and people don't even know about Earth anymore. Really, it's all about these different ring worlds and these different stations that humanity lives on and such. And you have some great action scenes in here, and I think the character's work is really great. I particularly thought that Aiko, a character that on paper, actually, when you would pitch this to me, it would totally not work for me. Usually, the character of Aiko, who is that woman who is not woman, a female entity that can break into multiple bodies at once, and she they call one Aiko 1 or one Aiko 2 or Aiko 3, and she controls all of them, and sometimes the bodies break down and she has to rebuild one or cobble them together, and she's afraid of all of them dying or all of them being destroyed, and thus her existence being destroyed. And she's kind of like the one that's helping manage the ship and stuff. And Aiko was just such a fascinating character that I was really surprised I enjoyed it, because any other time another writer had written that, I would have been like, nope, don't care about this. So I'm very surprised by that. I also enjoyed the character of Asani. She did not go in the direction I was expecting, but I enjoyed it, certainly. I also enjoyed the character of Nathaniel Cade. Obviously, with the Firefly connection and with the first name Nathan, I have, of course, thought about the actor who plays the main guy in Firefly, Nathan Fillion. But that's kind of expected. But he was an interesting character. The monk and Joshua, the professor, the two of them were also interesting characters. So I thought the characters were pretty interesting, and I thought that the world building was great. The plot, searching for this kind of artifact, it wasn't the best plot. There were moments they go to a certain settlement, and pop into species that they're very surprised to be there. Although one of them was not surprised that they're there. Anyway, that was a great sequence. I thought that was hilarious. Seeing the different cultures of the different species, like the different alien species, was just hilarious. So that was fun. Also, I really liked the opening of this book. The couple of sequences where you see the ship just kind of going on just a regular mission before the major big thing happens to them. I thought that was kind of fun. The end of the book didn't particularly wow me. That was, I think, a bit weaker, and I think the plot overall is just kind of a weakish plot. You don't read this book. That's an old joke. You don't read this book for the plot. You're reading this book for the characters and for the world building. You're not reading it because this plot is amazing. It's a heist, not heist, but like search for the lost relic plot, and it was just an okay plot. I do not love how risque the cover artist. I think this was Sam Kennedy. If I'm correct. Yeah, it was Sam Kennedy, who does great cover art. But I didn't like how risque he went with Vasani on the cover art. I wish he had been a little bit more appropriate with her. I just feel awkward about that. Yes, I'm a prude. Yes, I know that's a problem. But yeah, the book is a fun book. I really had a blast with it. It's a fun, it's a fun adventure. I know that there are some in the book review space who, if you use the F word, fun, they kind of bristle. They're like, oh, you can't say that. That's a bad thing. No, it's a good thing. This book's meant to be a fun adventure book, and I would absolutely recommend this type of book in between like a super heavy, like if you're reading like a Stormlight Archive or you're reading Dune and you just need something light and fluffy, something fun in between. This is the perfect type book for that. And it's meant to be the first in a series, which obviously I can see what Jacob's planning with this, but it also can be read as a standalone. So don't let that make you feel it's not going to be worth my time. No, it works as a standalone and it's the first in a series. So I think it's going to be good for either. So I enjoyed this. Hopefully we'll get to see more. I don't know if Jacob is contracted for more, but hopefully we'll get to see more in this series, and I'll certainly read them. So if you've read Freelancers of Neptune, let me know your thoughts. What do you think of the cover? And until next time, I'm Jonathan, and thank you for watching.